fired before. I don't know what to do. They already put box. I just got fired from my job that I've been at for like almost 3 years. And I've never been fired before. I don't know what to do. They already put boxes by my desk and I don't know what to do. I've never had this happen to me. I'm like shaking. I already disabled my account. I had stuff I need to grab from there. I have to say bye to the camera I've been using for the last 3 years and my laptop. Well, that's it. I packed my stuff, put it in my sister's truck. And, yeah. Truck's right there. What the fuck is life?
We were talked to and stuff that like getting laid off or stuff like that is such like a bad thing on our reputation and who we are.
Yeah.
When it's like literally just like, I feel like we weren't prepared for life of that. Like shit can happen to good people who work hard too.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's not just like, I think it was such a fear tactic instead of a reality of like, and shit might happen, you know? Instead it's like, so I think that's why it hits us harder. Like
yeah, because
like,
I feel like shame.
Yeah, exactly. When it's not like that. It's just that's kind of life, and it's relearning literally the whole thing, you know.
There's so much I have to say and so much I'm trying to figure out what to do, but holy fuck, this is so, it's scary. It's scary to not have this safety, this thing, just to have it be surprised just out of nowhere. I'm having a PB&J now. Finally got home after a really shit day, but if anyone needs photo or video work or social media work or video editing or content creation, all that, hit up my Instagram. Taken by Evelyn. I know I'll get through this, but what the fuck?
Oh, it looks like she had a good job too. When I say good job, I mean it was like a good corporate job, but also even the quality of her job. It seems like, because she seems like a creative person. Obviously, she's got pink like highlights in her hair or whatever. But she was getting paid to be able to be creative probably and be on social media and be even in the content creation space, but do that with a corporation. But what that would tell me is that would already let me know my job's not safe. Listen, man, if I'm coming to work and every day at work I'm just having the time of my life, I wouldn't feel safe. But I mean, layoffs can, like the person who was trying to console her was telling her, layoffs can happen to anybody. And it's always going to be a sad thing. I mean, even if you feel like you're ready for it, you're really not ready for it when it hits you. It's always going to be that same internal reaction of fight or flight, because in this society, having income coming in and ultimately having a job feels like life or death, and it kind of is. So I definitely understand. She probably should just take some time and be creative and just relax maybe for a week or two. And then right after that, getting a job has to become your new full-time job. And that's going to be probably a hard job to replace. She had a camera and everything. Like she was able to do whatever she wanted. But yeah, that's probably going to be a hard job to replace. But yeah, she's got to get back on the horse. And I wouldn't be surprised if they gave her a severance as well. So it may not be as bad, but I definitely feel for it, man. Getting laid off is never a fun thing. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's literally just a click. It's literally just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well just go ahead and click that like button. And also, if you could hype as well. His caption says, "I got fired and I lost my apartment."
Hi, I just received one of the worst pieces of news ever, and it has me at my breaking point, so I'm just going to be honest and tell y'all what's going on with my life, because I can't take this shit anymore. So yeah, I got fired last Monday, and the reason why I got fired was because I was late too many times. I was working in the Bronx, and you guys know I live in Rosedale, and that was a hard commute to commit to every single day. I really, really tried. I really, really tried. I told them that I was moving closer to be more on time to the job. That I was moving to the Bronx. And they still clipped me. They also fired me because of me. I took a.
Well, first of all, that first excuse was trash, brother. That first excuse was trash. Listen, I think that's the thing that we're experiencing now. I definitely think with remote work being a thing now, and also people making a little bit of money online, maybe doing some type of content creation, some type of side hustle. I definitely think that people don't take it as serious as far as showing up to work on time anymore in general, especially if you've worked a remote job before. I bet that would be really hard to show up on time. But listen, you can't tell them that you just have a commute, so you're just going to be late every day. You got to make a decision. The first decision is either you and that job just aren't a good fit, and you just accept that, and you just go ahead and show up on time while you're there, but start applying to closer jobs. Or the second thing is you might have to go to sleep early. You might have to wake up early just to make sure that without a shadow of a doubt, you can be there on time. Now, do I necessarily feel like, see, here's my thing. If you're going to work and you working and you're driving results, do I think it should be so specific as far as you were supposed to be here at 8 and you got here at 8:02? No. The work's still going to get done, especially in today's environment, in today's landscape. I don't think that should really be that big of a deal where people are like down to the minute anymore. But as we see a lot of times, little things can become big things, as well as things will become the new baseline and then it'll just get progressively worse. So I can still understand why you wouldn't want to divert from your standard, because then it can just start to get out of control. So I can understand that. But he took some real chances. I'm gonna be honest, man. You can't really look at no sympathy, because another thing is, he said he was late a lot. So it's like, okay, once you know you're on someone's radar and you keep coming late, that's when you tighten up, at least for a sustained period of time, and just make sure that you actually show up on time. But it sounded like he just still was showing up late, even though you already know you're on the spotlight. They've already flagged you for being late.
Toy off a job that I was moving to the Bronx, and they still clipped me. They also fired me because of me. I took a toy off a coworker's desk because we had an intake for a woman that had two autistic kids. And one of her kids were experiencing emotional dysregulation and sensory overload. They were having an episode, and me being autistic myself, I decided to, take action. And I was looking for a toy to distract him, but our child development specialist. Our child development specialist did not have toys. Well, she had cars, but they were rough to the touch, and everyone knows you can't give autistic kids or neurodivergent kids, rough toys. You have to give them toys that are soft to the touch, sensory. So, the one sensory toy that we had was on another coworker's desk, so I gave it to that kid to calm them down, and then the next day I couldn't find it.
Oh, wow.
And then they were like, "Oh, you stole it off of the desk," even though I called the client and they said, "Oh no, the child development specialist gave it to me." But they were all like, "Oh no, but they still turned it into you stole it, you took it off of."
They didn't turn it into that. You actually did steal it, sir. And you didn't make sure. Imagine somebody takes something of yours and then they just give it to a child and then don't give another thought about it anymore as far as making sure that it gets back where it's supposed to be. But ultimately, you shouldn't have took it in the first place. You did steal it. Bruh, don't take nothing off my desk. What's wrong with you? Why are you just so handsy where you think you can just take something off somebody's desk? You don't know what type of sentimental value that toy could have had. You done took the toy off his desk? What's wrong with you? Next thing you know, somebody might have some food in the company fridge or something that he planning on eating. And he talking about some, yeah, I took his food and I just gave it to this homeless guy. Sir, don't touch what's not yours. You just going on people's desk. And then you didn't even make sure that it got back where it needed to be. Listen, man, I get you trying to be helpful and all this, but you hurting yourself. So, because can't nobody, I guarantee if something of his came up missing at work and somebody took something of his, he wouldn't be wanting to hear it. He wouldn't be wanting to hear no excuse. Man, don't be going on. How you just feel comfortable taking things off people's desk. And then it sounds like you may not even be that familiar with the dude that you took it off his desk. You just took a random toy off of someone's desk.
No, I called the client and they said, "Oh no, the child development specialist gave it to me." But they were all like, "Oh no, but they still turned it into you stole it, you stole it, you stole it, you took it off of. Why are you taking things off people's desk to calm an autistic kid down?"
Yeah.
But I thought that would be a priority, but no, they cared more about the theft. And the person whose coworker, the coworker whose desk I took it off of, actually replaced their toys, and they were okay with it. It actually, the person we were okay with it, but it was other coworkers that got involved. So yeah. And what else?
How did you take the toy off their desk and then you talking about they replaced their own toy and so they were okay with it? Wouldn't you feel personally responsible to replace the toy? What you mean? No, you owe me some money, dog. You gonna replace this toy. You better be glad it wasn't a collector's item or something.
We were okay with it, but it was other coworkers that got involved. So yeah. And what else? My my boss's boss didn't like the fact that I was wearing a do-rag to work.
Oh my goodness.
And what else? What else? They refused to pay me because I didn't get permission for doing a home visit, supervisor approval, even though the way that I was trained to do home visits was to just put it on my calendar. But when I explained that, my boss's boss was like, no. And because my boss knew that she was like kind of like on some bullshit, she had to cover her ass. So that's why I don't have a job. So now, obviously, I've been in HRA and home base trying to get a voucher, trying to get help as much as possible.
Trying to get a voucher.
As for the voucher, they said I can't get an appointment until October 2nd, and I keep trying to tell them I was trying to move in October. Because I got fired the day before my apartment viewing. And I was trying to move in October, but they said no, October 2nd, you're gonna have to wait. And as for the one,
So now he trying to get assistance. Oh my goodness. I was gonna let it play for a little bit, but he keeps saying the craziest things. He said he trying to get a voucher. And don't this just keep getting more and more degenerate? You're a horrible worker. It's obvious. You are not professional at all. So let me get this straight. So you do home visits and all this type of stuff. And so you really out there in the field. And look, this is how he shows up to the home visits. Look at this.
hi, how we doing? I'm just gonna get straight to the point.
With his do-rag on. This dude was wearing his do-rag to work and going to home visits and all this.
Hi.
type of stuff. I'm guessing he deals with patients or something in some type of way, medical. But so he's wearing his do rag to work, and he don't even got a black do rag. This dude has a lot of do rags. I see it off on the side, and that's probably why your hairline is starting to recede like that. I'm gonna be real with you, man. You're cutting off the blood flow and the circulation into your scalp, so you might want to stop while you're ahead. But that's real advice. People don't understand why so many people are balding today. It's because they're wearing these do rags all the time and they're wearing them tight. Really not supposed to have them on that long. Should really just put it on, let it press down your hair or whatever, and take it off quick, 2 minutes. But I digress. But listen, man, you're just unprofessional. You're a degenerate worker, bro. It's so clear. I can't believe you thought you was gonna tell this story and you thought it was gonna like justify you as why you got fired wrongfully. No, sir. I would actually say they were very patient with you.
as much as possible. As for the voucher, they said I can't get an appointment until October 2nd, and I keep trying to tell them I was trying to move in October. I was trying to move in October because I got fired the day before my apartment viewing. I was trying to move in October, but they said no, October 2nd, you're gonna have to wait. And as for the one-shot deal, I was trying to get HRA to hurry up and process the first month's rent and security. And in order to do that, the landlord has to sign the W-147, but he wouldn't sign the W-147N because he started questioning, like, you submitted pay stubs, now you're using assistance, but I thought that I could keep that to myself. Because they're like, they don't have to worry about your income. I kept looking it up, and I kept asking ChatGPT, "Are you sure I don't have to tell them niggas I got fired?" And ChatGPT was like, "Yeah, you don't gotta fucking tell them. Just like get a voucher." And I was listening to ChatGPT this whole time, and and now here I am, and I called human rights and HRA and this, that, and the third, and they told me that they basically told me that I have to fucking wait.
Yeah, I don't think you can get a voucher and all this. Especially, I don't even think you can get unemployment if you get fired for reasons. If you get laid off, that's one thing. Like the first chick, if she didn't get a severance, she would probably be able to get some unemployment or something. But you getting fired for wearing your do rag and showing up late and stealing, I don't know if you're going to be able to get the unemployment and all this. And how did you even find out about vouchers? Why are you trying to get government assistance? Single able-bodied man who the reason you get fired is because of all the things that you do to yourself and actually to other people as well. I still haven't forgot that you stole from somebody and then you actually lost it. That's stealing, man. I don't know why you don't think that's stealing.
Rights and HRA and this, that, and the third, and they told me that they basically told me that I have to fucking wait until October 2nd. Yeah, I don't have income anymore. And I can no longer move out next month, like I was originally planning and looking forward to. And
So we weren't able to finish that clip. He said something wild. I'm going to have to cut it out. But yeah, man. And I know it's going to be somebody like, oh, he was trying to help the child or whatever. Listen, man, if you see an autistic kid or whatever crying and you in the parking lot and you don't get to try to feel justified and you open somebody's car because you see their kid's toy laying somewhere in their car, you done opened up somebody's car and you done took out the toy and gave the kid the toy and calmed the kid down. And then when they come, they be like, did you break into my car? And you like, oh, it was an autistic kid. I had to calm him down. And it's like, well, where's my kid's toy? I don't know. Why are you taking these type of chances? You're at work. Stop taking all these type of crazy chances at work, man. Preserve your job. Especially for us brothers, man. We can't be taking all these type of chances at work. We already don't really listen, man. It's hard. I will say, It is harder for brothers at work. I ain't gonna lie. So you need to just stay under the radar. Just go in and get your money. Keep your nose clean and keep it pushing. And definitely don't be showing up late all the time.
Today's day 52 of being an unemployed ass, jobless ass, fired ass bitch. And my motherfucking pizza.
Day 52 of being unemployed. So it's been like what? 2 months now? It's pretty much been 2 months of you being unemployed. Okay. That's around the adjustment phase where we really see what your habits is like. Are you getting comfortable being unemployed and starting to pick up bad habits where you just like having all your time? Or do you have urgency? So that's what we're going to find out. That is a perfect benchmark to know where somebody is.
And my motherfucking pizza is on the ground. So, you know, here's a bad start. I reached down here and spilled my motherfucking tea. The last couple weeks have been rather rough. Rent still has not been paid. It's like what, the 8th, the 9th? I don't even fucking know what day it is. I had $3 in my account this morning. Apple Music took $2.99, left me like 50 cents. So I just came and printed out some free little flyers out here at NC Works. It's unfortunate that they are gray and black, but I mean, it is what it is. They were fucking free, so beggars can't be choosers right now. To be real, I'm damn near off of this little business venture I've been on because this shit is not working out. I haven't done a job for somebody in 3 weeks now, and like I said, I'm down to nothing. Rent ain't paid, I still ain't ate today, and I have to move in the next month. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna move to. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all the shit in my apartment. I don't know where I don't know. I just need something to work out for me. I just need something to come through. I'm a very flexible person. I'm a very, what I feel, resilient person. And I generally can figure out how to come out the other side of a situation better, or just figure it out, period. But I feel so stuck and so fucking lost, and I try my best to not feel drained, but I am. I do feel drained. I do feel hopeless.
That's why I meant you can feel stuck around that 2 month mark too. That's why when you lose your job, maybe take a week or two and just literally designate that, depending on what your situation is. Now, if you know that you haven't been saving even when you had a job and you have no money coming in, but you still got bills piling, and especially if you just single by yourself out here, then you might have to just get right back on that horse immediately once you lose your job and you don't get a little break. But in most cases, sometimes you got to slow down so you can speed up. And what I mean by that is you may just want to take 2 weeks, 2.5 max, maybe, and don't even be thinking about it. Just go ahead and relax, chill. You probably got a severance, you probably got some unemployment or whatever. And this is just what I would do. I'm not advising people, but what I would do is I take a little break because I'm gonna refresh myself. I'm gonna regenerate because after that 2 weeks is up, we ain't stopping. We ain't slowing down until we done secured a job. Every day, we pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal, because we got to fill this pipeline and we got to get some opportunities through here. And so we got to keep on just pushing, 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 so that we can hurry up and find out what's not working and then get closer to what will work. And we got to be scrappy, especially in this economy. Otherwise, you'll get disheartened if you're just kind of like half A in it. You know, I'm gonna apply to some jobs today. Then you go a day or 2 or 3 and you don't apply, or maybe you got one interview lined up and so you stop applying, and it's just inconsistent. But now all the things around you are starting to close in, and it's starting to feel real because you got real responsibilities not going nowhere and you don't got no income coming in. So that's why I say I would just slow down, just so I can really hit it hard. Just so I can really hit it hard. Because you'll see people get stuck in these cycles because they're just kind of in and out, dipping their foot in, dipping their toe in. And next thing you know, you done went 8 months, a year, 18 months with no job. And it's because you got to try to get a job like you want to breathe once you decide. So that's why you take that break, because after that break, if you coming at it like what I'm saying, you going to get a job. You absolutely going to get a job. You got all your time to just be able to work on your faculties. But another way that people get distracted now is they can't even put all their faculties to just making sure that they hurry up and get a job, because they also be distracted. And by distracted, I mean they be on social media. I don't mean distracted consuming social media. They decide that they lose their job and they're going to try to do two things at once. They going to try to half in, half out get a job, but then they going to be trying to full on become a content creator. All of a sudden, that'll be their time when they want to be a content creator, and they really want to try to see if this is going to work, if this is going to pop now. This is literally what happens so many times, more times than not, especially in today's day and age. And no. You're going to have to go balls to the wall trying to secure this next opportunity, because you would also like for the next opportunity, ideally, to be better than the other one that you had. You would like to stay on that type of track where every new job you get is better than the last.
It's so fucking lost, and I try my best to not feel drained, but I am. I do feel drained. I do feel hopeless. I don't know where to start. I don't know what paths I should be taking. I have a CDL. I have great management experience.
You got CDL?
I have started a business. I let that go. I'm trying to start another business.
See?
Like, I got a good head on.
See, she's trying to start businesses and become a TikTok creator. I knew it. She's scattered. Ain't no way you having this hard of a time getting a job with a CDL. Ain't no way. Come on now. So she's not all in the way she needs to be. I wouldn't even be surprised if she's trying to be picky with the type of job. She may not want to go over the road. Maybe she's only looking for local opportunities with her CDL. Did she say how she lost her job? Did she have something on her CDL or something? Because how did you lose a job with a CDL? I don't know if people would just laying off CDL drivers like that. I would think you'd have to do something to lose your job.
I'm trying to start another business. Like, I got a good head on my shoulder. I am determined. I'm just down on my luck. I have been staying afloat with my unemployment. It's not much, $350 a week, but it's enough to maintain my most significant bills and to survive. But they recently stopped my unemployment last week. I can reapply.
Yeah, they stopped it last week. They stopped it last week. So that's all encompassing. That's why she's so comfortable. That's why I feel like, in my opinion, she's not going balls to the wall, because she's trying to start these businesses. So she's trying to use her time now that she didn't have before. Now she's like, okay, now I can work on these businesses, these ideas I've been holding on to. No, you need to use all this time to get a job, find a job. You're going to have to start going in. You don't need to be printing nothing out. I'm guessing she was printing that out now for her business. So you see how she's like taking initiative. She's going places. She's printing things out for her business. No, that's the same way you need to be going printing out resumes, and you need to be going into driving logistic facilities and going in there and turning it in by hand. In my opinion, That's definitely a job where you can just show up with your resume in hand and say, hey, do y'all got some work? So she was getting that unemployment. That unemployment will have you kind of comfortable to just get that free money. It almost becomes like government assistance in a way. You see people on government assistance, they know that they can't make much. Their income is capped at a certain point if they want to continue to get benefits, and they find a way to make it work because they just like that free money. Free money plus free time. Oh yeah. It's hard. It don't matter how little the money is. It's hard for people to say no to that. I can get some free money and I get my free time. I got to try to stretch that out, make that work as long as possible. And that's typically what we see.
But they recently stopped my unemployment last week. I can reapply, but with that being said, I have to wait a week for a non-pay period. So automatically, I'm pushed back about 2 weeks on receiving another $350. So life is gonna continue to life. I'm just feeling super stressed today, but maybe tomorrow I'll be happy. Today is day 52.
It's not about happiness. You got to take your passion out of it. It's just about unemotional, consistent, monotonous work. It don't have nothing to do with happiness. It don't have nothing to do with how you feel. The applications got to get put in, and you got to go shake some hands in person. You have a pretty good opportunity. I'm going to be real. Like, people are just not resourceful today. If you can't make that work, I don't know what to tell you. You got a CDL. That you could make that work now. Come on now. You can go get you a job with a CDL. Now, I don't know, maybe she's a female. I don't know if there's any type of discrimination or anything like that that may make it hard. I doubt it. I'd be seeing a lot of women on these apps who are truck drivers now, who they start YouTube channels and everything. So I don't know. And they're more, because she's obviously a masculine female, or she's trying to be. And so I would think that could work, because I see feminine women who are becoming truck drivers. So yeah, you're gonna have to really take it serious, because also the longer time goes by, the more disheartened you're gonna be, and you have to look at that urgency in regards to that as well. You have to have urgency in regards to that as well. Once it starts getting to a certain point and you start saying, I should have had a job by now, that's when you really got to go balls to the wall. And you just got to come at it. You got to throw the kitchen sink, everything at it. That's what you need to do right now. You can't be waking up with your little coffee in the morning like this.
Been an unemployed ass, jobless ass, fired ass bitch. And my motherfucking pizza.
Just chilling. See, that chilling stuff, that's going to get old. You could tell she's kind of chilling. Man, that's going to get old, man. Everybody else out here being productive. You just chilling with your coffee and your pizza on the floor. That's going to get old real quick. But y'all, we'll leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So for that reason, it's usually best practice, if you want to hype, to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And also, if you want to become a member of the channel, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.